Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Gives me pleasure to be able to spend a short call on speaking to this, because I have listened intently as the debate has progressed. And it seems to me that this is the classic argument, because let's be clear. The real issue here is Clause 60, what was Clause 66, and the supplementary order paper that has been submitted by the opposition. And it seems to me that in respect of this particular cause, which all the previous speakers on the opposition have referred to, it is a matter of looking at two sides of a mirror, and in fact which side you want to be on of that mirror.
Is this the Callum speech you're referring to?
On one side, we talk about the police having certain powers, and then the opposition have pointed out, on one side of the mirror, we're talking about the police having certain powers, and as Mr. Parker, I think it was, referred to the fact that a group of private investigators having more capability of doing surveillance than the police. Right. And on the other side, we have the general public. On the other side of the mirror, we have the general public who, in fact, are able to do carte blanche what they like. And so what we journalists, perverts, my colleague Mr. Bridges has proposed perverts as part of that group. So they can, as Joe blogs and the public, can in fact take any surveillance device that Mr. Cagle covered, and he gave a pretty broad and full description of the types of technology, and I agree with him on the fact that technology is always advancing, but the fact of the matter is Joe Public can actually do it. And so the view we have taken is that if in fact you want to restrict freedoms, then you need to be able to do it from a principled approach, and until you've got an effective mechanism which actually can provide the sorts of safeties that one might want, then in fact we are not prepared to actually restrict a group of people that, wearing their Joe Public hat, are still able to do. Now, the arguments are in fact thoroughly canvassed in the Select Committee report. And if honourable members would turn to page 13 of the Select Committee report, this particular clause is talked for 2 pages, which is actually a very long, in my experience, a very long description about how carefully the Select Committee considered this. And we went through the options, and yes, we noted the Law Commission was doing something, but in the end we came down that unless we had a better system, it was not for Parliament to actually restrict people's general freedoms, unless in fact we could have a better system. So that's why from this side of the House we went for a code of conduct, because we believe that in fact a code of conduct properly worked through by the industry under the direction of the Minister will come up with something sufficiently robust, and members on this side have actually had experience of self-regulation and have had positive experiences of self-regulation. So that's why we've come on this side of the argument. And in fact, the SOP submitted by the opposition under the name, Mr. Chair,
Paul Quinn.
submitted under the name of David Parker, in fact, for all intents and purposes, actually puts back into the bill the old clause 66. In terms of my contribution to the debate, I think we've canvassed those arguments. They're well documented and well argued in the Select Committee report, and I refer the members on the opposite side to that report and understand why the Select Committee came to its very good decision. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Members.